everyone, this is Sohini from Dabble Lab, and I hope you've had a lovely week. You never get to know about how you finally end up on the last day of your week. It's like Monday comes in so quick, and then and then Fridays too. So before we get started, I would love to know if the audio, if the video, and if everything's fine. Hi Ankush, can you please confirm if the audio is fine? And then the other day I had a lot of static noise. So if you can just confirm to me if I'm audible and if there's no noise. Excuse me. So if you can just confirm that to me, I can get started. Okay, cool. Thank you. So I think we have quite a number of viewers now. So today is gonna be an amazing topic because we are gonna use the Firebase real-time database, and we are gonna create a database. So the prime focus of today's stream is to understand how you can create a database from scratch in Firebase, and then how you can connect that in another application. So this application could be a web app, this could be a Android app, or it could be a iOS app. So I think that's quite regular, isn't it? So today let's make it a bit interactive, because it's been a long time we haven't made our streams interactive. I think we used to do that a couple of streams back. So I'm gonna ask you questions and you're gonna answer me. So yeah. So I'm not sure if you've used the Firebase databases. Any of you, have you? If you can say yes, and if you have not, then you can say no. But I would love to see some yes and no's coming up. So yeah, for me, I once used the Firebase real-time database. I just created a database and then connected that to a React application. So I just created a dashboard. So that was a time when I was trying to learn React, and I was trying to integrate with everything that was around. So I just created a database and connected that React application, and I used to just host it and find out the data would be real time. So just for that. But then I just stumbled upon this idea, we can have a database and then we can integrate that in an Alexa skill. So normally lots of people are using databases like, what's that, DynamoDB and stuff for an Alexa skill or Alexa skills. But let's just dabble around this, because you never know when this is going to help you. So have you used the Firebase databases, any of you? Yes, no? Both the answers work. Do let me know, I would love to see those answers. Okay, so I think we are on time and we can get going. Alright, so let me just play this. And in the meantime, if you have any questions, you can let me know. Just give me a second. I don't understand, when I try to play the slide, it just occupies both my screens, the monitors and my laptop screen as well. So I just don't know how to. Oh, Satish says he's used it. Amazing. You've used the Cloud Firestore, or you've used the Firebase real-time database? Which of the both? So Satish will let us know what he's used, but by the time he tells us, we can get started. So I think this is our topic for today. And the first thing that we're gonna learn is there are two databases that we have in that Firebase offers. So one of them is Cloud Firestore and the other is the real-time database. So both of them are quite similar and quite different. So similarity is in terms of again, I haven't used this at a large scale, like for some big application or stuff. So the knowledge I've acquired in terms of their differences and similarities is all from the internet. I have read about it. So as far as I've learned, it is the Cloud Firestore and real-time database are quite similar in terms of both of them are cloud-based, both of them are real-time, and they are NoSQL databases. But these three, both of them. But the one thing about the both is like the Cloud Firestore is more like you have all the data in terms of collections or document. And whereas the real-time database is more like a huge, big JSON. So you have like you've seen JSON. So the real-time database is more like the traditional JSON file. It's more like a traditional database. But the Cloud Firestore is more like you have transactions, collections. But again, it depends on what you're doing. So let's say you I mean if your code uses a very big database, you can use, let's say you have a real-time database already, then it's fine, because I think the latency stuff is, there's a lot of difference in terms of latency. So in the real-time database, the latency is a bit less latency in terms of the updation of data. So what is happening in a database, the input is coming from some external source. So that external source could be the web application, it could be a iOS app, it could be a Android application, or whatever kind of application you're creating. Web applications could be like a React app, a Node app, or an Alexa skill, anything of these. So you're just passing in the input and it's coming to the database. So that's where like the amount of time is what is referred to as latency in here. So I think it depends on your application, which is more like scalable and just but yeah, like both of them have got their own goodness, and you can always explore that by just going around and checking that out. So these are basic stuff, and I just wanted to discuss this before I get started because there might be some of you who are completely new to this. So considering the fact that we have all of us together, beginners, noobs, experienced professionals, I just walked through. So yeah. So today we're going to talk about the Firebase real-time database. So we're going to use the Firebase real-time database to create a database. And then we're going to use an Alexa skill to input information in our database. So we're going to do that for today. And we're gonna do the Cloud Firestore for the next time, for another session. I'm just saving that for another stream. We're not gonna do that today. So that's what our agenda for today. And I just wanted to say two things. So I think integrating this with the Alexa skill, the only goodness in this is, so if you are using the Firebase real-time database in another application that is not voice-based, that is more like you gotta write stuff and then you're gonna input that, then it's okay, that's normal. But you're using an Alexa skill and just giving in voice inputs, and that's just instantly getting updated in your database. I think that's so cool. That's like a wonderful stuff. So by the end of the stream, when I finally give a demo of that, trust me, you're gonna enjoy it. So that's why I'm saving that, and you gotta stay with me till the end of the stream to see that magic. So that's one of the benefits I see integrating the real-time database with an Alexa app, Alexa skill. That's one of the, you're just doing a data entry but without just typing too much. So yeah, but again, that's quite feasible for data. Those are short and simple because again, Alexa's got limitations. It cannot capture a paragraph from you. It's gonna mess up unless you design it in a way or stuff. It's not yet that smart. And lesser time is that, yeah, data gets updated so quick because it's real time, and lesser time because just goes through Alexa. You just don't need to type, so the typing time is also removed. So it's like you're just giving voice inputs, you're just passing your info through your voice, and that's getting updated. So yeah. So let's see if we have any questions. Real time. Satish has used real time. That's great. Hi Brito. Hi Oliver. I'm well. Thanks for asking. Thank you for asking. I'm just well. Yeah, I'm very good. How are you? How are all of you? I hope everyone is good. And all right, so I hope you're clear so far. If you have any questions, please do ask me questions because I'm always open to questions and I love to see questions popping up. So yeah. So now what I'm going to do is I will get started. And if you're watching my stream right now, and I would say if you want to just do a great project or if you want to just do an amazing project, you can just trust me, you can get started with this project because today's this skill and this stuff is going to be a good project if you use it somewhere. Also, if you're watching me right now, could you please do me a favor? Just share with your friends that we're having a live stream that's going on here and we're trying to do some fun stuff so that we can have some more of us between us and we can have a bigger community because that's what I'm trying to do. And I'm looking forward to that and I need all of your help in that. So you help me build this community and I help you with all the information that can help you. So I would really appreciate if you can share the link of the stream in your Twitter and just invite your friends. I would love to see that. That's number one. And the number two thing that I want you all to, that's optional. What you can do is after today's stream, just tell me one good thing you liked about the stream and you can maybe just write down why and how do you think that's gonna help you, or if that's number one. Or the other thing is what do you think could be a very nice use case of using a real-time database in an Alexa skill, and that can just do wonders. You can just tweet about that and I promise I would retweet that. You can do that. Just use the hashtag DabbleApp. So I would wait for that and I'd love to see that. Hi Shubham. Thanks for joining. So now to get started, we'll move to console.firebase.google.com. Actually, it's normally you go to firebase.google.com. And here you have to use your Google account. So you can log into it. And the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to go to console. And once you go to console, you can create a project. So we are going to create a project. Now, you have to understand a couple of things in here. I will make those clear. First, let me create a project. So the name of my project would be, let's say, mood list. Okay. So why it's mood list? So that's quite funny and strange. So I will tell you the funniest part of this. So tell me about one thing that's not at all consistent in your life. You can write that on the comments. I want to see that. I want to know your individual responses for that. For me, I think it's my mood problem. I got a lot of moods and I have also seen a couple of my friends having lots of moods. So I think that's the one thing that is not so consistent frequently. So that's why I would use a mood list where I would input my mood time to time and it would be updated in my real-time database. So that's gonna be the project for today. That's why it's funny and strange, but do let me know what it is for you. So once you write down the name of your project, you'll have this is your unique identifier for your project. And this could be, this is my business account, this is my official account, like Dabble Labs account. So that's why it gives me this. But normally it's going to be a standard something like that for you if you're not using your work account. Then I would go and continue. So now there is an option to see the Google Analytics. So if you're interested to understand any of these, you can, these are quite important when you are creating a real, an application that's going to hit the enterprise level, the production level, then this is going to be useful. But again, you can also use this just for your own reference. So I would just keep it. Then it's up to you. Now for this, you'll get an option, so just select this account and you can create your project. So now you gotta understand a very important thing in this part. So this is not a database that we're creating. This is just the project. Now inside of this project, you will have options to create multiple databases. So let's say we want, like, this is going to be our project, but this would have 2 real-time databases and 4 Firestore, the Cloud Firestore ones. So you can just do that. So this is not a database. This is just the project which would contain all the databases. But for our project, we'd be using only one database. So now we'd go ahead and continue. So yeah, that's created. So once you've created this, so the first thing that you see coming up in the dashboard for this project is get started by adding Firebase to your app. So you have this option and you can see the applications where you can just integrate this. So you have iOS, Android, or you have web. So we're going to use the web utility because we have all the, like, they have the SDKs or configurations for Node.js, for React, and lots like TypeScript. So they'll have all the stuff for that. You can use those import or the dependencies for the package files and so many stuff. So yeah. So the first thing now we're gonna do is, so on the left side of this, is my screen visible? Can you see the writing and all this stuff? I hope it is visible. There is no, maybe just let me increase the font size just in case. So now you can see authentication, Cloud Firestore, real-time database, storage, hosting, functions, machine learning. So we would be using real-time database for today. So you're gonna click that. Now you can see it gives you a button in here which says to create a database. So we'd select this and you have options for United States and Belgium. So with the US, because Belgium is too far away. And then I would do next. So this rules, this is important that you, Shubham says it's visible. Okay, thank you. So these rules needs to be changed. Tell me why. Why do we need to turn the read and write to true? That's because let's say you've just given access to read and you haven't given access to write, then be it Alexa or be it your React app or Android app or iOS app won't be able to send in data inside of your database. So that's gonna happen. So that's the problem. So that's why when we are using our database for a third-party application to send in data inside of your database, we have to set both of the rules, read and write, to true. But when, let's say, we are using a third-party application to just pick up data from our database, then we're going to set the rules only read to true, write to false, because we are not changing any data. We're just trying to fetch the data from this database in an external application. So, so the reason why I selected this database to be used in my Alexa skill is because I think writing stuff from an Alexa skill inside of a Firestore, inside of a Firebase real-time database is more fun than reading data from a database, because reading data from a database is quite normal and it's quite ordinary. But I think sending data through voice and then you just get to see it live, I think that's more fun, that's more fascinating. So that's why I just thought that maybe this could be a good idea. It could be fun. So now I would enable this and then I will go and make changes. So I hope we are clear so far. If you have any questions, you can ask me. I will answer. Alright, so now we have this created. So inside of this, all that's there is null. So now I will show you a structure of how our database is gonna look like and how it's gonna be, like, how are we gonna create the skill. So normally, so the first thing that we're gonna do is change the rules, else I will forget this later. So we'll turn this to true. And we'll publish this. Cool. So the rules are published. In the backup space, so this is nothing. So basically, if you want to just back up all the things, your data and stuff, then you can upgrade it. All of your data will be backed. This graph is currently empty. So once you start putting in data inside of your database, it's gonna rise slowly. So the graph is gonna go up. So right now it's null, but we'll find out this to go up after a while. So now we'll go to data, and inside of this, let me show you the structure that I'm gonna be doing today. The structure could be anything, but it's just that, yeah, so this, oh, sorry. Okay, so the first thing that's gonna happen is, the first thing I would do is moods. Just a second. Give me a second. Okay, so this is going to remain. I don't remember how I created the structure for this. So if it is moods, and if I just, oh, it's, yeah, this is gonna be like this, I'm so sorry. So it's gonna be moods, and then inside of moods, let's say I want to do a mood that's happy. Actually, no, sorry. Inside of moods, let's say this is gonna be my mood, and inside happy, the key is gonna be time. Let's say, what's the time now? It's 21:54 my place. That's 2154 hours, and the date is going to be, what's it today, 19/02/21. Yeah, so yeah, I'm so sorry for messing up for such a long time. So this is how the structure is going to look like. So these are the keys, and these are, so this is the parent, and this is the child key, and their values. So that's how the structure is gonna look like. So now what I'm gonna do is I would create an Alexa skill that would be used for passing in inputs. So I think there's an issue with the network. I'm not sure. I think the network is dropping. Yeah, so the same thing's happening today. Is it too bad? You can let me know. I think it's better now. I see it's all green. It's just that the frames are dropping sometimes. I know, there are frame drops. What should I do? But it's fine. Okay, so yeah, let me just continue because I don't find an alternative right now. So the network people at my place, they're so bad. Okay, so I guess we created the structure. So now what I'm gonna do is I will start building the skill. So I just told you an outline of how this is gonna be built up. So now what we're gonna do is we'll go to skilltemplates.com. So now what we're gonna do is we'll go to templates.com, and another thing, if you really think that this is a good skill, and if you, okay, first let's build a skill. then we'll just, yeah. So now if you go to skilltemplates.com, and if you scroll down to the bottom, you'll find this template. So you're gonna click on this, and what we do is deploy this. So this is gonna ask you for your password. Sign in. And this is gonna take some time. Perfect. So now this is gonna take some time to get through. I think my network is quite stable now. It's better. Also, if you're watching my live stream right now, and if you think that this is a great topic, and you think that this is an excellent use case and this could help you somehow, or if you have any good thoughts about this, do not forget to give me a like for this stream. Do not forget to share this with your friends, and also do not forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. I would love to see all of this. So yeah, I'm sorry for the frame drop, but yeah, let's just hold on. So this is gonna take another 1 or 2 minutes to deploy, and then it's gonna be great. So this usually takes some time, but yeah. And also, if you don't wish to use the one-click deployer, you can go to this GitHub repo, and then you can directly deploy this or directly import the Git code for this. So this is the URL for that. Okay, so now let's just wait for this to get deployed. Let's see. Do we have any questions so far? Do we? Is the network 2 better now? If so, please let me know. Shubham, if you're around, if you can just let me know if the network is better now. Alright, just a few more seconds till this gets deployed totally. You were kicked out? I'm so sorry, I didn't do anything. That might be because of the network or something like that, because I'm just streaming in here. I wouldn't kick you out. There might be some glitch with the network, trust me. I'm so sorry. I cannot understand if the network is good at all, so I'm a bit confused right now. Yeah, so that's just gonna take another 1 minute, and then this is gonna be great. Alright, so this is trying to get deployed. Till then, just give me a second. I'm just trying to fix the network issue. Just give me a second. Let me just give me a second. Yeah, I know, but the frames are still dropping. Just give me a second, alright? Trying to fix it. Even my connection is slow. This is not getting deployed. Actually, what happens normally is if there are other devices in my home that's using the same Wi-Fi, I don't know why my network just gets down, and I just have to tell my parents to same Wi-Fi. I don't know why my network just gets down, and I just have to tell my parents to stop using the internet. So just give me a second. Yeah, I'm so sorry. So I tried to fix the network issue. I don't know what's wrong, but anyways, I will just go on. So there'd be a tutorial for this as well, just in yeah, this is the issue with the Wi-Fi providers at my place. It's horrible, but I just can't help it because that's that's not in my hands. Um, Alright, so I think this is deployed. So now the first thing that I'm going to do is go back to my Alexa developer console. So this is my developer console. And so as you see, the skill is quite deployed. So for some reason, I just found out that this name doesn't get changed. There are some issues. I'm trying to fix this out. But that's the reason I would highly recommend that you use this GitHub repo if you're trying to build this. But what you do is just import your skill using this this link. Just use this link. With this, you can import the skill and then you can keep your desired name in the naming section, name of the skill. So now the first thing that we're gonna do is get inside of our code. Not sure what the name of this template is. Let me just check. What's the invocation name? Okay, it's Realtime Firebase. So now let's change it to Mode Recorder. It'll be Mode Recorder. So now let's build it. So this is gonna be our Mode Recorder, and we're gonna be using this to record our mood. So yeah, let this get built. So now once you have access to the entire code, this is how it's gonna look like. So now let me explain to you bit by bit what is happening. So first, let us take a look at the dependency. So I actually included all of these because of some of the glitches that I was facing. This wasn't working. So what I did is I included all of them, but actually you just need this one, this dependency, just the normal Firebase one. You don't need Firebase functions and Firebase tools. Inflection is quite good. This helps you a lot in terms of, you know, like it removes all the unimportant things and stuff, so that's quite good, but that's optional. So the one thing that's mandatory, that's required, is this dependency. So that's the first thing that I did to build a skill. The second thing is you go to index.js, and the second thing is you have to include these both. So Firebase app and Firebase database. So for Cloud Firestore, you need Firebase admin, but for this, you don't need it. All right. And then the second thing to activate the skill, to use the skill, is you have to fill up this configuration with your Firebase's project's configuration for the real-time database. So that's something you have to be very clear on, okay? And the next thing is this too, you have to initialize it. So this is all mentioned in the documentation. So these two lines are mandatory. Now, the first thing that's going to come up is the launch intent. So it's going to say, hey, welcome to your mood right now. Welcome to the skill, and you can record your mood right now. That's how I created it, just to feel funny. And then this is the input intent handler. So what I'm doing is in here is, so this is where I'm making so first of all, this is going to be synchronous, and inside of this handler, I've created a slot that's going to capture the moods. So I've added the moods in them: happy, angry, calm, polite, romantic, and everything inside of that. And then when a user just gives in their mood, it's going to check, and then it's going to give a response for every mood that you given. So now if you're using this to create a good skill, you can add more moods and make it more natural so that it can capture a user's each and every mood. Okay, so that's it. And this is where I'm making the database connection. So inside of a try and catch block, so first I am doing this. This is important because every time what happens, so this is one of the things that took me an hour So I will tell you, this is a very important part. Just focus this part. So initially what I was doing is I was just making a database connection. This is it. This is what you actually need to send your data inside of your database, inside of your Firebase real-time database. Inside of your Firebase real-time database. So what I'm doing is inside of moods, I am creating all of these moods, and inside of the mood, I would write down the time and the date. So I'm capturing the time and date in here. So this is gonna be with respect to, you can change it with respect to your what's that, locale's timing, but I've just kept it like that. So this is just for a reference. This is not built up for a particular specific thing. It's just to give you an example. So initially I was just doing this part, and what happened is the info was getting inside my database, but my skill was throwing an error. It was giving me the session ending error. It was saying that sorry, I don't know that and stuff. So I try to find out why this problem is happening, because Alexa was sending the data to my real-time Firebase database, but it was not giving me the response, like this was added or something like that. So then I found out that I have to switch off the database connection. If I don't, then it was corrupting the speak output. So that was what was happening. Now, once I turned it off, then again, like it just worked for once. But from the next time when I was invoking the skill, this wasn't working. And then I learned that every time you turn off your database, you gotta turn it on as well, because once you turn it off, you're turning it real off for a long time. You cannot use it consecutively for the next few minutes or seconds or something like that. So that's a real pain. So this is something that you have to pay importance to. So if you're turning it off, make sure to turn it back on. Okay. How is the frame rates? Is it too bad? Was I audible or was I stuck? Shubham, can you confirm? Alright, I will just wait for the response. If anybody, if you're watching me right now, just let me know if I'm at all audible or whatever. Okay, great. Alright, so that's it. Because I can see my live video to just go, it's spinning. That's why I just asked. Okay, great. So I think we're clear so far. And this part you see is just a basic Alexa's, just trying to match up with the slot values and check which one is which one. And let's say if I say happy, then it's going to find out if there's a slot value that's happy. And then this is what is going to be the output for that. So that's something that I just designed. That's it. But for the database connection, this is just it. If you're not willing to use so many stuff, what you can do is remove all the date and stuff, and just if you're using slots, you can just keep a slot and just like that, and just do this part. This is what it is. You got a database.ref, then just give the reference of your database, add the slot value, and set these values inside of that. Now you might not even set these, that's up to you, but I just wanted to set something just to have an example. So that's it. And in the end, don't forget to just export your input intent handler, which is already done. So now we'll get back to our Firebase real-time database. In here, what we're gonna do is we will now go to project overview, click on project settings. So now you come to project settings. So now it says there are no apps in your project. So now you have to focus on this part again. So now we're going to start with integration. So we are going to click on this. So now let's say you're going to give a name. Let's say mood bucket. That's going to be the name of your app. And I would set up hosting, so that you can see all of these getting hosted up. And perfect. So now if you're using this, you can have all these things, but I think I would not use these now because I would use different stuff for the configuration file. So I would just do next, and it would ask you if you're doing this, then you would need all of these, but yeah, to just tell you how to just use this. But that's not necessary. We're not doing that because this is not a visual project, so this is going to be a voice-based project. So what we're gonna do now, I'm so sorry for the internet connection. I think half of you have left me because of that, but I just can't help it. So now what we're gonna do is in this Firebase SDK snippet part, we're gonna go to config, and this is what we're gonna copy, and this is all very secret, so make sure that you don't share this with anybody, else somebody's gonna use all of this and you're gonna be billed. You'll have to pay a lot if you just exceed the limit of this. And just paste all of these, and I would just hit on deploy. So now it's just getting deployed. So yes, I just can't wait to give you a demo of how this works. So I will open the testing console, and I would use my Alexa device. Too many frame drops. Oh, unfortunately, I can't help this. I'm so sorry. Maybe... I think it's better now. Yeah, I think it's better now. Okay, so yeah, you can confirm that to me. So what we just did, I will just repeat the steps just for the frame drops. So what I just did was I copied all of the configuration stuff from my project settings, where I have the Firebase SDK snippet inside of the config. I just copied all of these, and then I pasted all of these inside of my config, this part. So that's just what I did. I just didn't do anything else, and then I just deployed the code. And the next thing that I do is I enabled testing. So now I would just do testing for this skill. So I think it's deployed and we have turned on testing. Now we're gonna see the example. So to see this working real time, we're gonna go to a real-time database, and we're gonna stick our screen to this part. But I will not start until you tell me that my screen is visible perfectly. Can you see my screen with the Firebase database that I just created? Can you see that? Can anyone confirm me? If you can see that, then I will start the demo. Else it won't be interesting. All right. Hi Harshit, thanks for joining. Okay, thanks for letting me know. So now I would start with the demo. I hope everything's correct and there's no issue. So what I would do is begin by saying, Alexa, open mood recorder.
Welcome. You can record your mood right now. For example, say add cool.
Add happy.
Great. That made me happy too. Added this.
Add angry.
Ah, you're angry. Okay, I'll not bother you now.
Add sad.
I just added your mood, but I'm very sorry to hear that you're feeling sad. You can always cheer up.
Add calm.
That's good to hear. I've added this mood to the list.
Add romantic.
Wow, I'm so glad to hear that.
Add okay.
That's good to hear. I've added this mood to the list.
Alexa, stop.
Goodbye.
Yes, I guess that was the demo. I hope you had a chance to just see this without any frame drops. I know my network was a bit messy today. And yes, the timing is not as per IST. This is just the I think this is, I don't know what time it's showing. So you gotta check that. You gotta fix it according to your locale's time. But I think that's the use case, and that's how the skill is gonna work. Um, yeah, that was a cool. Did you get to see the whole demo, or did I can see Steve in here? Hi, Steve. I'm so glad that you had some time to join my stream. Thanks for that. And yeah, I hope that this was an amazing skill. This was so funny and this was amazing. Like, this could be a real skill, I think. Yeah, it's a great use case. So now that you've seen a demo of this, I would love to hear from you that how did you like it? And as I said for today, I would love to see some of your tweets that would mention that some of the use cases that you feel would be great for this, because even I want to learn that what could be one great or two great or some of the great use cases of the Firebase real-time databases integration with an Alexa skill. Yeah, like what could be some of the great wondrous stuff. I would love to see some of them, and I promise I would retweet that. So yeah, that was a demo that I wanted to share with you. And so what if you're using this template, you can just go ahead, everything's set up, and just make changes to the input intent handler. But the rest of it, make sure that you input all the configuration data correctly from the settings. And yeah, did I miss out anything? Steve says this could be used to track work time or billable time. Yeah. Like Hubstaff? Yes, you're right. Yeah, like, yeah, I think this is great. Like, we usually use Hubstaff for our time tracking for projects and stuff. So I think this could be one of the great use case. So whenever we're working on a project, we can just, yeah, I think it's just about how you're building the skill. So wow, I that was so lovely. Thanks for the idea, Steve. Now I feel so happy that I could just, the one thing that I enjoy in my live streams is I just don't give away stuff, but I also take some stuff home every Friday when I just finish my week. So yeah, yes, we can tell that to this to Alexa. We can do that. That's a great idea, Steve. Thanks for sharing that. So, like this, I would also love to hear from all of you who's viewing me right now about what you think would be a great use case, and yeah, and I'd love to know that, and maybe we can have some of those integration up there. And yeah, so for today, that was my goal, to help you understand how to create a real-time database in Firebase, and then how to integrate this in an Alexa skill, which is quite simple. And then how to, so basically this is increasing your burden. Like, you don't need to type out data, so you just need to pass the data through a voice command. So I think that's the fun part. So yeah, Harshit asks, can we use this to add inventory, like when this product entered the warehouse? Yes, of course. So right now I am quite a bit messed up with this timing. I haven't written down the syntax correctly with the specific time zone or stuff, but if you do that, it's just one liner, so I think that's gonna help. Yeah, That's correct. Also, you can capture the timestamp, like that's gonna be epoch value. So you can capture the timestamp and that's gonna come inside of your database. So it's about the developer if they wish to convert that to a specific time or something like that. Yeah, I think that's another good use case. Thanks for mentioning that, Harshit. And as Steve said, so yeah, but did you see how quickly it was taking up the data? So this is one good thing. So as I said, some of the differences between cloud store and real-time database. So you just gotta keep those differences in mind when you start working. So both of them are, as I mentioned earlier, they're NoSQL. Both of them, they're cloud-based and they are real time. But it's just that the real time database is more like, huge chunks of JSON, big. It's like a forest of JSON. But Cloud Firestore is more about collections or transactions. It's like document. So the data model is the difference. And as I told you about latency, that's also one of them. So you gotta check all of this. So it depends on your project, and then you can make a decision which one's gonna be your pick. So yeah, and of course that I will discuss about the Cloud Firestore in my next stream because I wanted to focus on one at a time. So in my next stream, I would do a demo on Cloud Firestore. Till then, maybe over this whole week, you can give me some great ideas that I could do. Like you've seen today's example, we could maybe gather lots of information and do something cool for the next stream using the Cloud Firestore. And with this, I would love to end today's stream. Do we have any questions? And I apologize for the poor network connection, but honestly, it's just out of my hands. I can't help it. So that's why I believe I lost a couple of viewers today. I apologize for that. But having said that, if you're around and if you're still watching me and if you think today we learned stuff and this could be useful, do not forget to hit a like and do not forget to share this stream with your friends on your socials and support us here at Dabble Lab and subscribe to our YouTube channel if you're new today. I guess we don't have questions anymore. So that's all for today. Thanks for joining in. I will see you next Friday, same time, and we'll dabble around the Cloud Firestore. Till then, have a great time, and thank you, viewers. Thank you for supporting. Thank you for being around, and I would love to see more of you every time I go live. So yeah. Have a great day, everyone. Bye bye.